Welcome. You guys are the ones that are here. I'm super pumped that you guys are here to learn a little bit about this nutrition challenge that we're going to be doing. It's going to be slightly different than what we're doing, but first of all, I just kind of want to thank you guys for coming. You guys are taking time out of your Saturday morning, whether you were here to work out or not, to listen to me talk, and that's pretty awesome, so thank you. We're all here for different reasons completely. Some of us are here to lose weight, some of us are here to gain power, some of us are here to lean out. All of it is nutrition-based, all of it is fitness-based, all of it is CrossFit-based. And it's even not CrossFit based. So even if you get out of CrossFit for whatever reason in the long run, this is something that might work for you down the road. So you're going to get an email and you're going to get a piece of paper in a couple of minutes that are going to have 4 questions. These questions are basically going to be the why. Why do you want to lose weight? Why are you sitting here? Why are you listening to me right now? What do you want to get out of this? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight? Do you want to get stronger? Do you want to get leaner? All of this is going to be asked on a piece of paper that I'm going to ask you by the end of the week or weekend to write on. The goal with this is if you're invested in something and you write down your goals and this becomes hard, and we'll talk about what might become hard in a little bit, you have that paper to look at. Why am I doing this? When am I doing this? I've been doing this for a long time. It's been about 3 years. I started at 336 pounds. I'm now at 215. My low was 196. It's not something that's going to happen like this. You're not just magically going to lose the weight. You got to put in the work. But I've done every diet. Atkins, done it. Paleo, done it. Zone, done it. Whole Foods, did it last year here. The macro counting, I've been macro counting for the past year, roughly, I think from like August. So I've done a bunch of diets. I've done carb cycling as well, which is what this is going to be. And I'll get into what carb cycling is. So thank you guys for coming here. You'll get those questions. Think of those questions. If you have any questions about those questions, talk to me, Adam, or Charles. They're pretty simple questions, but we can help you figure out a realistic and honest goal, an honest answer to each of those questions. So without further ado, before we even talk about carb cycling, we got to understand that a pyramid is only as strong as its base. Have you heard that before? Nutrition is the bottom of the fitness pyramid. It is the strongest and most important part to a pyramid. Without nutrition, we can't participate wholeheartedly in, does anyone know the next step? We do it every day. Metcon. Metabolic conditioning. If we can't run down the street and back without feeling like death or without feeling like winded, or we can't go up and down the stairs, or we can barely walk in and out of the gym, our metabolic conditioning is only going to be as strong as our nutrition. So our nutrition and metabolic condition are intertwined. Same thing with the next thing. If we can't walk down the street without getting winded, how can we expect to move our body through space? Gymnastics. How can we expect to put ourselves on a bar, swing, or just walk? Step out of the way of something that's coming. Then you have weightlifting. If we don't have our nutrition on point, we don't have our metabolic conditioning on point, we don't have our gymnastics moving our body through space on point, how can we expect to move weight? Regardless if it's a 45-pound barbell or it's your child, or it's a toy car. Anything that's over 0 pounds is weight. And then the most and smallest part of the pyramid, sport. All of this is intertwined. If we're not good at sports, we got to look at the weightlifting, gymnastics, metabolic conditioning, and nutrition base. But we're here to look at just the nutrition base, because as we build the bottom of the pyramid will magically start to grow, because that's how important nutrition is. So for the friends that are not here that you might see in the middle of a workout or at the front of the pack on the workout, they can even get better just by honing in on nutrition. Yeah, they can do more Metcons, they can do more gymnastics, weightlifting, and sports. They can do more. But if they don't take that next step with nutrition, maybe they're eating healthy, but maybe they're not weighing out what they eat. Or they're eating too much and they're not weighing out what they're eating. They don't know, but they can also gain information just from fixing our nutrition. So let's go into carb cycling, which is what our Nutrition Beach Season Nutrition Challenge is all about. Carb cycling. When you eat, this is how your day looks like. You eat a breakfast, right? You have some oatmeal, some eggs, some coffee. You eat it right here. You get a lot of energy. Yeah, I can do anything in the world, right? 1 hour later, and I'm hungry again. You eat a snack, right? Woo, a lot of energy. Yay! Go all the way up. An hour later, it's lunchtime. I'm starving, I need more food. Carbs, glycogen, sugar is what carbs are, and I'll just say carbs. Carbs have your blood pressure and blood sugars rise. And as they rise quicker, the quicker it rises, the quicker it falls. So carb cycling is going to be controlling the amount of carbs we eat. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, we're going to be focusing on meats and vegetables only. Our carbs are coming from our vegetables. Vegetables are carbs, believe it or not. We're going to try to refrain from eating any starches, any rices, any sweet potatoes. Meats, vegetables, and healthy fats. We're going to do the same thing on Tuesday. We're going to do the same thing on Wednesday, except for at night after your workout, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We're going to enjoy the carbs we need to. We're going to have a carb night, a 4-hour window where we eat the rice, the sweet potatoes, maybe the cookie, maybe the unhealthy treat that we want, to kind of get us re-energized, refill our bodies, and then we continue on with Thursday and Friday where we eat meats and vegetables, and then Saturday we're repeating Wednesday. Meats and vegetables most of the day, carb night or carb window on Saturday for about 4 hours, followed by a Sunday where we have a moderate carb. Now, what do I mean by carb night? What do I mean by meat and vegetables only? On Mondays and Tuesdays, we're aiming for under 50 grams of carbs. If this is your first nutrition challenge, that number is like, what is it, right? What's 50 grams of carbs? Don't worry about it. Eat meats and vegetables. We'll worry about the carbs as we meet weekly. But we're going to aim for under 50 grams of carbs just from our vegetables. So eating a lot of vegetables is going to fill us up. The meat, the protein is going to help us keep our muscles, help us keep working out, help us keep satiated. Then we're going to do the same thing on Tuesday. You're going to be full here. So you're going to be at about 100% capacity, right? You're going to be nice and good, nice and ready to go, nice and ready to work out. You're going to work out. You're going to feel great. Tuesday, you're going to come in. You're eating meats and vegetables only. You're going to be about 50%. You're going to be starting to deplete your carb sources. Followed by Wednesday, where we do meats and vegetables for most of the day. You come in, you work out. That is the day that we are going to deplete our carb sources completely. You're going to struggle through Wednesday. It's not going to be easy. This is where those 4 questions come into effect. Why are you doing this? What are you doing this for? What's your goal? Those 4 questions that you will answer by the end of the weekend, or that I recommend you definitely answer by the end of the weekend, is really important for these 2 days. And then as we eat our carbs, we start to feel great again. Prime example, on Wednesday, I had my carb night. I've been doing this for about a week now. I did this last year for about 2 months. I had carbs on Wednesday night and I felt great Thursday. Came in, worked out with Ronnie, killed it. Absolutely great workout Thursday morning. I felt depleted though afterwards because we use the carbs quicker. Our body likes to use carbs more than it likes to use fat. So as we go through this process throughout the week, our training also needs to change, right? So Mondays and Tuesdays, we're going to have a strength portion and a Metcon portion. Wednesday, we have a CNC, cardio and core. We're going to be working on depleting our sources of carbs inside of our body. After your cardio and core session, this day when you really don't want to come into the gym, we're going to work on thinking of those 4 questions, thinking of our goals, thinking of why we're doing this. We're going to come in. We're going to get that workout out because we're going to deplete the rest of our carbs, and that's how we earn our carb night. That's how we earn our cookie. That's how we earn our rice and sweet potatoes. That's how we earn the goals that we want. Right here, that combination. And as we are refilled for Thursday, we can come and work out. Friday workout. Saturday is going to be the same partner workouts that we're used to. Nice community-based partner workout. You're going to get your engine built. You're going to have some fun. And then you get to have that carb night again, Saturday night. And then Sunday, it's a moderate carb day. What does moderate carb mean? If you're having breakfast with your family and you go out to a breakfast place, have that piece of toast. Have that pancake. Don't have all the pancakes, the cookies, the ice cream, the pie, the whipped cream, the apple. That's not moderate. It's a great breakfast, but that's not moderate. But enjoy your life, because we're doing this for the long run. We're not doing this just for these 30 days. These 30 days are going to be a jump start. You're going to learn something from it, and you're going to see if it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, we'll try something new. And maybe your goal is this is exactly what we need. That's how the carb cycling works, because our body really likes to use carbs. You hear this all the time, carbs are the devil, carbs are the devil. They're not the devil. But if we use them correctly, we can fuel our body the way we want to. So we're gonna deplete our carbs throughout the week, eat some healthy amount of fats, eat some healthy amount of proteins, and then we're gonna eat carbs at the right time when our body is depleted so our carbs are used right away. That way we're burning the fat that we all have. I can grab it right here. We're burning the fat that we already have instead of the carbs. So this is a training cycle. Mentally, is it going to be exhausting? It might be. Physically, is it going to be tiring? Of course. However, as we train our body to get more used to burning fat, that's when you start to lean out. That's when you start to grow more muscle. That's when you start to get your goals. Now, all diets are calorie deficit, right? So Monday and Tuesday, we're eating maybe 1,000 calories under what we're supposed to be eating. Ballpark, right? Well, if we come to our carb night on Wednesday and we eat thousands over our calorie goal, let me go crazy. If we eat 3,000 calories, a whole day worth of food over what we're supposed to eat, we are now throwing away the entire point of this. A diet, losing weight, leaning out is all about calorie deficit. It's all about eating a little bit less than what you need to normally function just to lose that little bit. So if we're eating minus 1,000 plus 3,000, that's 2,000 extra calories. You're not going to lose weight. You're not going to lean out. You're not going to reach those goals necessarily. Now, we might have different goals. So that's why we're going to be meeting weekly as well. That is what carb cycling is. I've had a lot of questions already about what carb cycling is, how we're going to do this, right? How a typical day on a Monday, Tuesday looks like. So I'll show you guys. But on Monday and Tuesday, for example, I'll have some protein and veggies with my breakfast. It doesn't matter what protein, it doesn't matter what veggies. You want lower carb veggies. But if it's your first diet or it's your first time trying carb cycling, we'll figure it out as we meet together. So that's breakfast. For a snack, I'll have some meat. So I'll have an ounce or two of beef, but I've been doing this for a while. So I weigh out my food. I'm used to this. I recommend weighing out for food. That's another question I've gotten. But let's go through this. Lunch. I'll have some protein, some veggies, and some fat. So for example, my lunches right now are chicken, mixed veggies, almonds. I weigh out exactly how many almonds I eat, so I'm not overeating on my fat. But that's just my general meal. No rice, no sweet potatoes. I don't have an afternoon snack before working out because I feel full, but if you need something small before your workout, maybe some more meat or a handful of almonds, 10 almonds. Post-workout, this ties into the next question, supplementation, right? Post-workout, you can have pretty much whatever you want post-workout besides rice, sweet potatoes, carbs. I usually have a protein shake. I actually just drank a protein shake. Now, if you are drinking protein shake, if you're drinking the Driven products that we have here, they're low carb. If you look at some proteins and you look on the back label, some proteins are not low carb. You're gonna want to watch out for that because my BSN Syntha-6 is 20 grams of carbs. That's currently in my cupboard, I can't use it. But I can use it down the line when I'm off. Or I can use it on a carb spike night. And then dinner, same thing, protein, veggies, plus fat. That's a typical day on a Monday, Tuesday. On a Wednesday, carb night, right? I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna have my protein and vegetables, meat, protein, vegetables, fats, maybe some fats before I eat. I might have my post-workout protein shake. In the case of this past Wednesday, I didn't. I had my carbs. I went home, I had a whole packet of rice, I had a sweet potato and 2 cookies and a cupcake. I calculated it all in my thing. I was still just at my calorie goal. So it's not like I went over, I did not do that. I was still where I needed to be. But the whole idea of Wednesday is to bring us back to our calorie roof. So we're at 3,000 calories a day to maintain our weight. Well, guess what? We're eating 2,000 calories regularly. I want to eat that extra 1,000 calories of carbs maybe some extra protein, some extra fat to balance it out to get to my 3,000 calories per day. That's a typical day. I do take creatine daily. So supplements like creatine, supplements like amino acids I might take. I might, instead of a snack of meat, I might just have an amino acid drink, keep those calories a little lower so I can have some extra treats, as I like to call them, on Wednesday night. Another question, how can I keep on track but not waste my life thinking about this? My recommendation is meal prepping. Do you need a meal prep to be successful at this? No. Is it gonna help? Yes. If you don't have a scale, you can get one for $1, $2 on Amazon. It'll be here in 3 days. If you want to borrow mine, you can borrow mine. I have 4. You never know if you lose one. Just saying. So I have 4 scales. I have 2 at home, 1 at my school, 1 at my, 1 at my apartment. So 1 at home, 1 at school, 1 at my apartment. It's just kind of how I do it. I'm a little obsessed about it, but it's how I've also been successful for myself. So I recommend weighing your food and tracking your food. We're gonna be meeting weekly. Me and you, Charles and you, Adam and you. We're gonna be meeting weekly kind of to see what's happening. If you're noticing that, honestly, I'm starving, the first question I'm gonna ask is, what have you been eating? Some protein, some fats. Do you know how much? If we don't keep track of how much we eat, if we don't keep track in some way, you don't have to go MyFitnessPal, you don't have to log in every detail, but if you can keep track of the basics, you now have data that we can pull together to work with you. Oh, you're eating way too little. Oh, you're eating way too much. Hey, you're eating perfectly fine. Maybe this is how you need to feel right now. Let's try it for another week, let's see how it goes. But we're gonna be meeting weekly, we're gonna be figuring this out together weekly, which is something new with this challenge. Another question, if I'm hungry, what do I do? The 2 things that I recommend, if you're really hungry and you're starving and you need that small little bit to get you, protein shake. Especially if it's post-workout. If you can't stomach a protein shake, maybe 10 almonds. Palm of your almonds is about 1 serving, maybe half of that. Or, if you can pre-package little snacks of meat, a little bit of ground beef, a little bit of chicken, or maybe half a chicken breast or a quarter chicken breast, you have your snack there, just kind of snack on it throughout the day. There's plenty of ideas. You're gonna get a shopping list emailed to you. You're gonna get all the foods you're allowed to eat, all the foods that we're going to try to stay away from on our days. There's a lot of options. And as always, the Facebook group, the past 3 challenges we've done here has been huge. People put recipes up there, people put pictures. I put a picture up on Wednesday, if you guys noticed, of my meal prep. And whoever asks me what's in it, I'll tell you immediately. We also have had people literally print out recipes and bring them in. I know I got my, one of Ivan's pepper meals recipes from Ivan. So it's just interesting. You have a lot of tools at your disposal. It's going to be a fun little challenge. It's not going to be easy though, and I want you guys to understand that. Nothing we do here is easy, right? Everything we do here is for a purpose. The purpose here is to reach our goals. So I'm going to remind you constantly on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, all right, remember why you're doing this. What are you doing this on? These days are not gonna be easy. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be sore. That and your goal is your motivation. Earn that carb spike. If you choose to take the easy way out on Wednesday and you choose to skip the workout, or you can't make it, or you can't make it Tuesday, you come Wednesday, so if you change it a little bit and you have like your carbs a day earlier or a day later, but you didn't earn it by depleting yourself of the carbs, you are basically taking it all away. The whole idea of carb cycling is pretty much gone at that point. So the whole idea is to use those 2 days to deplete. Deplete it even more on Wednesday. You're literally running on empty by the time you eat your first carb, and then carb spike. So I'll open it up to questions at that point.
So for carb night, you definitely need to work out there.
I highly recommend it, yes.
So what if you skip that? If you say you can't come in, should you do carb night another night during the week? Or it's all together because that's the day that's scheduled for carb night.
Charles?
So you have to do cardio every day.
Okay.
So if you go for a walk, ride a bike, 20, 40 minutes, anywhere in that range, you're going to do what your body needs to get to that point. Basically, you don't have any sugar left in your body, so you want to be using fat as energy through a workout, and you need to do cardio to do that. not lifting on that day because lifting is not gonna, you're not gonna use fat to lift,
Okay.
right? So if you can't come here, you know, if you walk for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, that would be, that's okay, fine.
Yep.
You know, like do something that's gonna be cardio. If you walk for 40 minutes in May or June, you're gonna get a little bit of cardio from that, right? It's gonna get hot, and you're gonna start walking at a brisk pace, and you're gonna start breathing. You're gonna feel that cardio feeling, right? Just do that. You can't like do something.
And we can also work on the travel WODs at that point too, that are on the website.
In the packet, which
Yep.
will be emailed to you at the end.
Okay.
So workouts that you can do at home, regardless of that. Yep. Val? Oh, Lauren?
Is cardio okay on the strength and metcon days too?
As an addition?
Yeah.
So
I mean, and cause I ride a bike at work pretty much all day,
that's fine. So do what you're doing at work,
and then
and as consistently as you can. Come to the gym as consistently as you can. The most important part is come Wednesday without all those carbs depleted. Your body, your sugar levels in your body are almost at zero, right? Like a gas tank. Before you refill, you want to make sure you get to zero. You want to get your most bang for your buck. And that's why cardio at home. If the cardio at work is there and you can't come in, maybe go for a 10-minute walk outside. Deplete yourself that last little bit, earn those carbs. And you're going to feel a lot better at that point too.
Val, just to clarify your question, as like whatever activity you do at work on average regularly, that's what your body's used to.
so keep doing
Like
that.
you want to continue that, but you're going to need to add to that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yep.
Like just doing what you're doing now, like your body's already used to that, so it's not going to be what you need.
Lauren?
When are we gonna meet? Are we meeting like this first week to figure out our numbers and that sort of stuff? Because obviously, I mean, this is gonna be fun for me. I eat a lot of calories, but I usually just make it rice.
So the first week, you're going to get the list. We already kind of went over how it's going to do. You're going to go through it the first week.
Okay.
This coming weekend, Charles and Adam are going to be here, unavailable to meet with you, and I can meet with you before the weekend and right after the weekend. I'll be in Philadelphia Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
But I'll be here Sunday if you guys need to meet for a little bit before or after the class.
Okay.
And we can meet and we can see, all right, are you super hungry? Let's look at your numbers.
There's a check-in every
Yeah,
Every Saturday? And
every Saturday of this challenge.
no dairy, right?
no dairy. So it's going to be similar to Whole Foods.
Yeah, that's
But
what
meat
I'm
and
getting.
vegetables.
I'm hearing this, is that we're basically just continuing to build on what we've already learned. Like,
And-
we started
yep.
with the basics of what to eat. Then we added what to eat, how much of that to eat, and now we're adding when to eat, what you should be eating.
Yep.
So,
It's 100%. It's basically growing from the basics to more advanced.
got it, okay.
So the more advanced way of fueling your body, because the professionals that we're all used to watching will do something similar to this with timing. That's the next step. So we've gone over the basics of what to eat,
Right,
how much, and now it's timing.
got it.
Now it's putting it all three of those together, but keeping it basic at the same time.
We're adding some carbs.
Yeah. And that's the benefit. You can have a life
Yeah.
on this. This is going to be that next step toward having a life, which is what we all want. I personally want to be able to go out with friends once a week and enjoy myself and not be like I'm in a jail cell, which some diets sometimes are. So this allows you to do that, whether it's on Saturday or Wednesday, but at least we have a weekend day and we have the moderate carb day if I do go out to breakfast with my parents or you guys go out with family. You know what I mean?
The moderate carb days all day or just that 4-hour block?
So the moderate carb day is moderate carb. There's no block. It could be all day. But if you have pancakes for breakfast, we're not going to have a packet of rice and a sweet potato for lunch and dinner. You want to keep it moderate to the point where you're not having the food fest you want. But you can also eat moderate amounts. Make sense?